Morning. Well, at least morning for me. I got up about 8:30. I drink a lot of coffee. I have a Keurig, and over the years, I've eliminated a lot of coffee. The best coffee, and I can't hardly find this in a store anywhere. And my wife orders me a case at a time through Amazon. What the hell's going on with my hair? I ain't got much left, but look at that. Now, anyway, it's called Caribou Coffee. See it? That's my coffee. I drink it all the time. I drink it by the case. I drink way too much coffee probably, but it's one of the last vices I got. The funny thing about getting old, everything that you like in life, the doctor, a little bit at a time, starts to take it away from you. Do you ever notice that? And as I got older, you get the big three if you're a guy. Most guys get the big three, what I call the big three. You get blood pressure pills, cholesterol pills, and heartburn pills. That's what I call the big three. So, yeah, I got the big three. But I was on blood pressure pills basically because of the company I worked for. Because I never had a problem with it until they came in and took us over. And you know who I'm talking about. When I left, my blood pressure, I don't even hardly take a pill anymore. My blood pressure stays normal, maybe below normal, like 117 over 67, 121 over 74. I check it regularly, and my doctor's thinking about this, try and take me off blood pressure pills for a while and see how it works out. So I don't want to get in rambling like that, but I wanted to give an update. I know I left you guys with about the car rental. I turned it in, made it a one-way rental, turned it in down to the Lake Sumter Enterprise car dealership and rental company, and they took it back and changed everything. They even waived the drop-off fee because it was an emergency, and they were super, super nice to me, and everything was easy peasy, no big deal. You know what the old saying is, money talks, right? So it ended up costing me from Indianapolis to Sumter Landings, well, the villages, for I think it was 5 days, because I turned it in on New Year's Eve. I had to, but nobody was there until the day after New Year's Day, so it sat there for almost 2 days, and I got charged for that because I had no proof that I had turned it in. So anyway, I ended up paying $269, I think, for a one-way trip from Indianapolis to the villages. It is what it is. And that included insurance, by the way. And Bill had to leave because his mother suddenly got sick and was in the hospital, and apparently her heart stopped, and then they paddled her and brought her back and blah, blah, blah. And I know a couple of you was kind of interested how she was doing. Well, I talked to Bill yesterday, and she's fine. She was still in the hospital yesterday, but I think she was due to go home. I don't want to swear to it. I thought today. Apparently, from what I'm understanding here, the hospital had given her some medicine for whatever she was in the hospital for. She wasn't feeling good. She was feeling sick and weak and dizzy and blah, blah, blah. They took her to the emergency room, and then they admitted her because her heart rate was fluttering. I don't know what that means, fluttering. So they admitted her, and they gave her some medicine. And whatever that medicine was they give her, apparently she had a reaction to it, and she passed out, and her heart stopped. So they paddled her and brought her heart back and everything else. The doctor checked everything over and decided that whatever they give her, they needed to cut the dosage. Duh. It just seems, I don't know, it just seems to me that surely maybe there's no way of testing somebody to know what kind of tolerance they got. I don't know, but that's just kind of scary that the hospital you go to, it can be the same hospital that would be the cause of your death. I mean, gosh. Anyway, she's okay. Everything's fine. Bill's fine. He made it there okay, and everything's fine. So we got that good news there. Kathy asked me about lawn service and pest control. I generally don't give a lot of advice on different companies because it's a no-winning situation for me. If I tell you, it's like a restaurant. I don't recommend restaurants either to anybody. What I will recommend is who not to go to. If it's an overwhelming company that I hear nothing but problems with, those are the companies that I will recommend not to go to. I don't have a lawn service, and I don't have a pest control company here. I do it all myself. I'm still healthy. I still get around. So as long as I can, that's really one of the only exercises I get around here. So I do my own yard, and I take care of it myself. It's not, the yards here are small. It's not a big deal. And as far as the pest control goes, I do my own, inside the house and out. It's not a big deal. I just go up to Home Depot and I buy the mixed stuff in a jug, and it comes with a sprayer on the side of the handle, or you can buy the stuff that refills that jug at a cheaper price, and that's what I buy. And I've got a big sprayer. I just dump it in the sprayer and I go around my house and I just spray everything a couple, 3 times a year, and also spray up around the attic vents outside the house, because bugs do crawl. And then inside the house, I spray around the cabinets, and just like they would. I had them do it at my other house I had, and I watched them, see what they done, and I'm doing the same thing. And I've been here 3 years, and to be honest with you, I haven't had any problems. And when I mow the grass, I'm very observant. I look around the house. I watch for mounds of sand that you'll see. I watch for insect activity, and other than a couple fire ant hills that I've had in my yard, and I got some insecticide for that. It's a pellet kind of thing, and it works really well. I don't think it really kills anything in the nest, but it chases them elsewhere. It may kill them. I don't really know that. All I know is when I put it on the nest, the next day I go out there, that nest is dead. There's nothing there. And for the last 2 years, I haven't had any fire ants in my yard at all. So I don't know where they went. Don't know if they all died. But I don't have them anymore. Somebody sent an email about Sue. Well, she sent me an email last night that she finally got together with the lawyers, got the death certificates, and got everything filed. So she's got the major things she's got done that needed to be done. Her brother Mike came down and helped out. He was down there for several days. And he's just tough, that lawyers and judges were on a holiday and they had to wait for them to get back. And by the time they got back, I'm sure they were overwhelmed with work that had mounted up. And then while I was even there, they had 5 or 6 inches of snow, and I came home because there was nothing I could do. And her brother came down, and he got more snow. She sent me a picture of him out in the driveway. Her brother that passed away had a tractor in the garage with a snowplow in the front of it and a heat houser. Those of you that knows what a heat houser is. So he was out there scraping the snow in the driveway, and I got a picture of it. And I don't know how much snow they really ended up with, but it just seemed like it just continually came. And now, today, I turned the news on, and I had no idea because I haven't been paying attention. Like I told you, for the last 2 or 3 days, I don't know why. After the cold up there and the driving down here and all that kind of stuff, I just felt wore out. So for the last 2 or 3 days, I haven't been doing much but just sitting in the house watching movies and doing much of nothing. I'm feeling better today. I feel like I'm gonna get something done today. I don't know what, but I'm gonna get something done today. But she sent me an email last night saying she got everything taken care of that needed to be taken care of for right now. She's gonna have to go back up there, but for right now she wants to come home. And she got an air flight out of I believe Indianapolis on Southwest, flying into Orlando tomorrow, Saturday. I don't know when this video will be posted. It will be posted today. Today's Friday. Another problem about being retired, you forget sometimes what day of the week it is. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but anyway. So she'll be here tomorrow, and I know she's wanting to get out of that cold weather. She's coming home to not good weather. Hold on. Okay, Google, what's the weather going to be like today?
Today in the Villages, it'll be partly cloudy with a forecasted high of 52 and a low of 31. Right now, it's 34 and sunny.
Okay, Google, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow?
Tomorrow in the Villages, it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 57 and a low of 36.
For those of you that think it never gets cold in Florida, you just heard that. So it's better than what's up there, but it's not ideal in any way. So, okay, I'm going to get this day started. I'm going to have me another cup of coffee. This will make my third in the last hour. I don't know, all right, talking about the doctor. Let me get back to that. So he tells me, this goes back years ago when I had my doctor up north. I love my doctor up north. My wife didn't care for him, but for my personality, me and that doctor clicked. We got along really well. He told me, he said one day, I want to work on getting your blood pressure down because I had to pass DOT physicals, and DOT physicals doesn't recognize things like white coat syndrome. And those of you in the medical field, you know what I'm talking about, and it's a real thing. Whether it's mental or whatever, it's a real thing. And I had to get my blood pressure down. And the pills I had, I was taking sometimes 2 of them a day, and I was barely squeaking by. So he says, I want you to cut out all your caffeine. He said, that's no chocolates, no iced tea, no coffee, unless it's all decaffeinated. And I said, well, the chocolates and the iced tea and all that, I can do that. I said, but man, I got to have my coffee. I mean, I'm a truck driver. I got to have my coffee. He said, you do what you want. He said, but I need you to cut out all your caffeine. I said, well, and I drew the line in the sand right there. Because before that, he told me I had to cut out everything with small seeds. I couldn't have strawberries. I couldn't have corn. Couldn't have tomatoes. Just anything with a small seed in it, I couldn't have it. And strawberry pie is one of my favorite things in the world to have. So I had to give that up. And then there were some other things he wanted me to give up, and I did. I give it all up. And then when it come to the coffee, and I said, well, I'll tell you what, I can give up tea and chocolates and all that. That doesn't bother me all that much. I said, but I'm drawing the line in the sand. I'm a Starbucks fan. I'm a gold card holder at Starbucks. And I also go to Dunkin' Donuts a lot to get coffee. And when I'm on the road, I stop at Speedways everywhere because I had a card there, and I got the large coffees. We called it jet fuel. I mean, it was stout. The stuff in the purple pot, for those of you that go to Speedway, the purple pot. So I said, I'm not giving up coffee. I said, that's it. I'm not giving that up. I said, if I can make it on the physical, fine. If I can't, fine. But I'm not giving it up. And I didn't. And I didn't make it to 65 either. 63 and a half. It just got to be too hard, and I finally just gave it up and took my retirement and got out. And money-wise, I like to stay another year and a half, but mental and physical-wise, it was probably the best thing I ever did. I feel much better now, and I don't have the blood pressure problems anymore like I did, so everything's working out good. All right, I got to get on with my day. You get on with your day, and I'm going to have another cup of coffee, and if you're watching this, sit back and enjoy your coffee, and we'll see what we can do today. So until then, I'll just say have a good day, and I'll see you on the other side.